The last Invest in Children Award, and not the last by any means, goes to Washington Avenue Christian Church. I know that there are many of you here from that wonderful institution, so you're going to have to listen to me a few more minutes. Ongoing projects include the collection of labels for education by the women's group and the collection of change in a coin jar by children's groups. I believe I've been told that you call it the wagon, and you benefit us greatly by everything that goes into the wagon. I also learned the story about how heavy it gets, so you need the wagon. All members of this dynamic congregation are making contributions to benefit the children and families served by Cleveland Christian Home. In addition to regular contributions, Washington Avenue has been a responsive sponsor and has provided extra assistance to the Cleveland Christian Home. During times of special need, Washington Avenue has increased its contributions to our general fund, issued a general appeal for help, or taken a special offering during a worship service. Cleveland Christian Home is fortunate to have a partner in service like Washington Avenue. The value of Washington Avenue to Cleveland Christian Home extends beyond financial support. Members and staff have accepted leadership roles on the Cleveland Christian Home Board of Trustees and served on department committees. During difficult times, they provided invaluable advice, expertise, and guidance to the agency. Washington Avenue is a proactive and community-involved congregation, and its members have been strong advocates for our programs and clients. Their prayers and support have given us strength and encouragement, and we want them to know how grateful we are for all they've done. There are so many supporters from Washington Avenue that it would be impossible to name them all. However, we would like to acknowledge a few key individuals. Thanks to Reverend Janet Long for her continued support and leadership, to Dan Clark for his work on the Board of Trustees and special events, and to Debbie Walker and her husband Wayne for the fantastic birthday cakes that she prepares for the residential boys and which he delivers without nibbling a bite. Every one of the 20 members of Washington Avenue Christian Church and so many more who could not join us today have made a commitment to minister to the children and families of Cleveland Christian Home. And I do want to point out that some of the children have been here who put the money into the wagon. I don't see all of them right now, but oh, you're over here. Okay, good. Thank you for helping make this building a home for the children who live here. And with great respect and appreciation, Cleveland Christian Home presents the Invest in Children Award to Washington Avenue Christian Church.
Most of you are church people. You know how dangerous it is to turn the microphone and the podium over to a pastor, a preacher. But I want to share with you just a couple of things about the joy that is mine in being the pastor of Washington Avenue Christian Church for nearly 30 years now. Washington Avenue has a heart and passion for outreach. And we believe strongly that Jesus' love and special care of children needs to be modeled by congregations. And so it's a natural for us to love our other family here at the Cleveland Christian Home and to adopt these children as part of our church family. Unfortunately, 3 of our youth and one of their moms had to leave because they're on their way to a community theater audition at 2 o'clock. But I do want you to know that our director of church school education, Debbie Walker, is here. It was her vision that we have children's changing lives, and that we've collected several $1,000s through this weekly impromptu informal collection. We have 3 of our youth and children still here, with 3 others having had to go, as I mentioned. This award is one that I'm proud to hold, but it belongs to hundreds who put their change in the change jar, who buy gifts at Christmas, as the Shays described, who make sure that the kids have what they need for back to school, who give to our regular budget, which has a line for outreach, which comes in part to Cleveland Christian Home, and who have faithfully stuffed green covenant envelopes since 1999. That represents capital campaigns at Washington Avenue Christian Church, which have resulted in a major building addition, as well as renovations to existing structures and the addition of a pipe organ. Once we got that project underway, we decided that we needed to be more generous with those outreach funds, with those gifts to capital needs, and that we needed to tithe from our own capital campaigns to capital needs of other organizations that need help. So we've been doing that we did that for 10 years. We're not currently in the midst of a capital campaign, though there's never one far in the offing, so stay tuned. But over the 10 years, we had a 3-year cycle that benefited Camp Christian. We had a 3-year cycle that benefited our own build of a Habitat for Humanity home in our community. And we had a 4-year cycle that benefited Cleveland Christian Home. 10% of all of our capital gifts in that 4-year period were forwarded to Cleveland Christian Home to do capital projects here, tuck pointing, window replacement, and a little bit of roof repair. There's a lot more of that to come. Those gifts totaled nearly $60,000, and I would challenge other congregations to tithe their capital campaigns and put a roof over the heads of the kids that are our other family. So please take that as a challenge. Go back and make it happen. And in the meantime, members of our outreach committee, elders present, past, and others who are leaders of our congregation are here, and a pastor is only as good as her congregation, and my congregation makes me way better than I should be or really am. They are the best. So I want the faithful, fantastic, and fun people of the congregation I serve, Washington Avenue Christian Church, to please stand. It's their award. Thank you so much.